one more text tool before we move on to something else. Well, rather than using all the predefined shades of color, all the predefined effects that you can give to text, I'm going to show you a way that you can actually sample or create your own your own texture, your own shade, so to speak, of the lettering. So let's go into View and Organize Photos and pull anything up. It doesn't matter what it is for this exercise. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to sample a section of an image and use that for the shade of text. So I'm going to grab this picture here, which should be in your samples folder, but you can grab anything you want. Something that has a good texture to it. I thought this lake had a nice texture. And we're going to go into Standard Editor. Alright. Now, if you go over here to our text tool, and you right click, we were using the horizontal type tool and the vertical type tool, but we have the horizontal type mask tool and the vertical type mask tool. Go ahead and select the horizontal type mask tool and click anywhere on the image. In this case, it's gonna say this is the wrong bit depth, and I'm gonna have to convert it, but yours may not do that, depending on if you use this image or not. See, it says couldn't use that tool basically because it's the wrong bit depth. So I'm going to hit convert. Now this mask comes up, and basically what this is, it's kind of like a stencil in the sense that whatever I cut out of here, that's my selection. So it kind of screens off as much of the image as I want, and I can cut any piece out of it and use that piece either in this image or in some other image. So in this case, we're cutting out text. So you notice the text tool landed me right here. So I'm just going to start typing. I shall start typing. Type whatever you want. And you notice how it cut that out, or in other words, you don't see that red gradient over the section that I typed. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over here to the layer, and I'm going to click Layer from Background, because this background layer is locked. I'm going to create a new layer. And now, I'm going to edit, copy. It's going to copy that text there, or that masked off texted area, you'll see. And now I'm going to hit paste. Or I could use Control-C and Control-V. Alright, now you notice it pasted, you can't see anything, but it created another layer of that text. So if I grab the Move tool and I hover over that area, see, now I can grab that text and bring it wherever I want in either this picture or any other. So you notice it sampled that whole section where I started typing and used that as the gradient or the shade of color, the texture for that type. So that way you can add your own unique style to the type and not feel like you're limited to the effects and shades within elements. And it also kind of nice here in a situation like this where you're using part of the greenery up here. It kind of brings together the whole picture, because if I was to use like pink or red well, I could use red because of the boat. It might not fit, but this kind of ties it all together because I'm using a texture already in the photo. So do some experimenting with that, as I always say, and you can also, of course, use the vertical type tool, and that's going to sample. It's just the same thing as the regular type tool, except it's going to sample this way as opposed to horizontally like we did. So, hope you come up with some good stuff.